This is my Hatchhyack Xeno skillless aggro deck. 1 copy of the leader. 4 Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Prismatic Burst. 4 Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Threatening the Dark Empire. 4 skillless Goku Xeno. 4 skillless Vegeta Xeno. 4 Oceanus. 4 Finn Cohesion Incarnate. 4 Further Instruction Champa. 4 E Supreme Kai. 4 Goku, The Adventure Begins, 4 4-Star Ball, 4 Power Burst, 4 Protect the People, 4 Goku and Vegeta Jr. Saiyan Scions, 4 Super Saiyan 4 Bardock Spirit Resonance, and 4 Toa, the Dark Demon Realm Sciences. I'm sorry, this took long for me to make this deck profile. I thought I did it, and then it turns out I didn't do it, so then I was prepared to do it, then I forgot to do it. Got a lot on my plate. Literally, because I'm eating right now. Yum, 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 yum. Alright. So, this is my current deck. This is what I'm currently playing. This is going to be my regional deck for tomorrow. Or I should say, less than 12 hours from now. And, the goal is, ideally turn 1. Going second because aggro, right? You want to play Saiyan Scion so you can get take 10k swing in there. Then do the -1 ability, bring out 1 Goku, 1 Vegeta, and then swing with either one for an extra 10k swing, so you can potentially do 2 damage on turn 1. And ideally, y'all see how the deck plays out because I already have the gameplay, so I recommend watching the gameplay so you can literally see how. At least the aggro aspect of the deck plays out, because by turn 3 my opponent's at 3 life and I'm still at 8 life, so you'll see the aggro and the defensive stuff that I do. Problem is that I forgot the character villain. Frieza does not hit anything higher than 7. So 7 or less it hits. It doesn't hit anything 8 or higher. So I ended up losing an opportunity to drop this bad boy, which would have made a huge difference in that matchup. Let's see. But of course, we got some red energy in here, right? So the first 3 turns, obviously, you're charging black energy so you can awaken. Then ideally, you want to wait until turn 5 when you're going to play your Gogeta to drop, one of your red energies, one of the red cards for energy. And we have 8 red sources, so that way you can get Gogeta's burn effect. But don't forget that you do get his black effect, which is to warp up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards. So you want to take advantage of that. Gotta keep clearing your opponent's board, right? And then we have Finn for board wiping, so we got some stuff there. We got Toa to help us board wipe. Don't forget, ideally, turn 2 you want to play your Bardock. So your Saiyan Scions for turn 1. Right, turn 2, you ideally want to play your Bardock's resonance, so you can start getting some card advantage. Plus, have a 15k by swinging. Plus, you want to get him up to, get his markers up there, so that way you can eventually do his -2. Especially if you're preparing to either try to get to turn 5, so you can play your 10-drop Gogeta, or you, on turn 4, for example, you drop your 4-drop Gogeta, you might want to do the -2 on the Unison, in case there's a clapback, right? You want to keep your defenses up, so it has a built-in floodgate ability that you can take advantage of that with that. Plus the fact you can combine this with Oceanus to further make it hard for your opponent to attack. They could attack, but they'll just end up losing cards in the process if you combine both their floodgate abilities. Same goes for if you play, Bardock's -2 ability and then use Power of the People. They'll lose cards from their hands trying to attack, but you'll keep getting stronger if they're attacking with battle cards, right? So there's things you could do there, synergizing. But thwarting definitely really good because of the fact that one, he has 3 attacks, right? He's 35k triple strike. So he has 3 attacks. He's an 8-drop, so you can attack with something else and then attack with him. So you can attack with any of your other battle cards, like your skillless battle cards. Using the 4-star ball to get him to 20k, so keep that in mind. That's part of the skillless part is you take advantage of the fact that 4-star balls act like super combos when you use them with your skillless battle cards. So keep that in mind. But if you give them double strike, then it won't, it won't act like super combos. It'll just be 5k combo. Keep that in mind. But then, the fact that this could attack, 3 times is good, of course, and it's a 35k, so you don't really have to combo. But you can if you want, but you don't really have to. But the added thing is this auto, that you're going to trigger, which is when this card attacks, your opponent chooses 2 cards from the hand and 2 cards from the battle area, ignoring barrier, right, and send them to the warp, and then at the end of the turn, switch this card back to active. So that way you can take full advantage of the three attacks you can get from them. And this is one way you can fight against hand control, is literally using him to control your opponent's hands, right? Another way to combat hand control, obviously, is to draw through Unison, draw through your leader since you are awakening in this build, and use the 4-star ball as discard fodder for Oceanus, Protect the People, Toa's ability, but also use it just to discard for when your opponent's activating effects that makes you discard cards from your hand. You discard the balls instead. And the more Goku Adventures you have in play, the better, because you can get multiple copies of it. Another thing you could do with Goku Adventure Begins, because we do have skillless battle cards, is the fact that these can bring, for 2 energy, you can bring, you can play from the deck or the drop area. Typically, you want to go for the drop area and bring back a skillless battle card. And then you can just use that as combo power. So you can use it defensively. You could use it combo power offensively, but typically you don't need to, because most of your stuff will be 20k and above when you're swinging anyway, so you don't need to combo. You're typically trying to force your opponent to combo. But you can use these, combo defensively. Being able to stop a couple of Unisons plays, because some people like to say, oh, Unisons is a Hatchhyack player's weakness, blah, blah, blah. I'll just use a whole bunch of Unisons. It's like, well, if your Unisons are 15Ks and you're not power boosting them, I can always out-combo them when I'm awakened, of course, with the 4-star balls, with the, skillless battle cards. One of the things you do with the Sane Silence, if you watch the gameplays, you'll see the strategy play out, is that, of course, I use Sane Silence to swing, right? But, of course, bring up 2 skillless battle cards, but I swing with 1 skillless battle card, right, to apply pressure, right, to deal damage. But the second one, of course, I can't attack with, but the second one is there for combo power. And I use it to combo defensively. So that's one of the things you're going to do with that. And like I was saying, Sane Silence is nice because the fact that even late game, this card, will be able to put in some work, because you can use it to bring back some skillless battle cards, or if you still have some skillless battle cards in play, you could play it, do its +1 ability, and give itself plus your skillless battle cards 5k extra boost. And then, of course, since they're skillless, if you use the 4-star balls with them, you can get their attacks to 25k for very little energy, so you'll be swinging with 25k late game, which is important to have high attacks. If y'all saw my videos about attack power per turn, mid to late games, you want the power of your battle cards to be 25k and up, for example. So that's the kind of stuff we're going to do there. We got Power Burst, of course, to negate attack. Also lets us grab our 1-drops. Since we do have skillless 1-drops, we can always grab them back in case we need them for our Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta play. 10-drop play if we need it for that. Of course, we could just use them as combo power since they do have combo power. Power People, Floodgate, negate, obviously. Tola, we mainly use her for a -4 ability to take something, steal one of our opponent's, good cards and beat them down with it. Oceanus does what Oceanus does, negating attack, she's a blocker, and if your opponent was to attack, they have to mill 4 cards, the usual. And of course, Goku lets you grab the 4-star balls from the deck or the drop, so it's reusable discard fodder or reusable, combo power, that kind of stuff. And of course, Champa and Ace Supreme Kai, they're mainly for you to combo, obviously get 10k and double strike. So that's your aggro package, plus them being red energy helps you with the Gogeta 10-drop burn effect. And that's the end of the video.